Yes. Come on.
Okay,
Nancy Pelosi.
so the time is 6 o'clock and I call the May 13th special meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think it's better. Not the person that's making sure we're alive.
Yep. Okay, I make a motion to reorder the agenda for move building ordinance in new business, move building ordinance above call to the annual town meeting. So we can decide which call to repeat, which call to call. So
Motion's been made and seconded to move the building ordinance on the agenda to be above the annual town meeting cost. All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Okay, so pledge of allegiance we did, citizens comments.
We have
There are
none.
No residents present, approval of the minutes.
Read the minutes, make a motion to approve them as written. Sorry.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the
Minutes.
minutes of the May 7th meeting. Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, hearing none, it's passed. I don't have any correspondence. Local traffic authority, I asked Julie to add this to our like running agenda
Yep.
item. I went through a traffic authority class. It's mandatory, the governor made it mandatory that,
The head of all local traffic authorities?
yeah, it has to go to training, so once a year. First you have to take the basic class, and then after that, you have to take one training a year. So I got the basic class down. Attached in the packet is for your reading, is what we're responsible for, so.
Your handwriting's atrocious.
It is, so, but my notes were for me, so you don't even have to know what they mean. If you have questions about what they are, you can just write them. Thought it was on speed limit and stuff, so. So this, I learned requires some policies that we don't have, so throughout the next upcoming meetings, we'll be going over that stuff. So this is just for you to read and be familiar with what we have in store for us. Public Works report, I don't have one. The finance report, the treasurer's report. It's the same one that this was in our packet last week.
It is.
It's been on the agenda, so here it is officially on the agenda. Do you have any questions about it? I think you read it last week.
Yes, we did.
But now it's officially in the minutes. Okay, so nothing on that, we'll move forward.
Do the whole business.
There's none, so on to the building work. So this is here because our building inspector has requested some changes to our existing ordinance, just to clarify some things. So the first one is we are making amendments, so the attorney said we didn't have to write a whole new ordinance and repeal and replace kind of thing. We can just recommend amendments. So the first one is the building code ordinance. And under the certificates of occupancy. This will add and the building inspector, wherever it says zoning enforcement officer, and on the first page under 230-3 and issuance. Found on the last two lines, after inspection and approval of the water supply, drainage and sewage system by the town health officer according to standards of the state and for the sanitary and public health. Order. So that's only the changes there.
Mhm.
And then the next ones are under the building permit fee ordinance. This would take out, this ordinance has not been updated, in a while. So it takes out the fees at the top, because those are in brackets. And it replaces it with a minimum $45 with $16.26 per every like 1,000 square dollars of estimated total cost of labor. So it makes it more, in line with what other towns are, and it also was really, low before, so the building inspector said that it wasn't even like covering him going out there and doing inspections. So this just brings it up more in line, with current rates.
Okay.
So they would just need, if there's any questions or a motion to approve the amendments as presented and bring to the town for a vote at the town meeting.
Move to approve, bring to the town meeting. Second, the amendments, town meeting.
So a motion's been made and seconded to approve the amendments to the building code ordinance and the building permit fee ordinance as presented to bring to the town for a vote. Is there any more discussion?
Nope.
Nope. So all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carrying none.
One quick side question.
Yeah.
For the town meeting,
Yeah.
has the Board of Ed approved their budget yet?
Yes,
Okay.
so,
Yes, I see.
yeah, so you have the call in front of you. There's two calls, one that has the ordinances on it and one that doesn't.
So the one with 6 items rather than 4.
Yeah, that's the one, I'll read it. It has the public hearings on it too, because it's also gonna include adding the ordinances to the public hearing. So notice is hereby given, hopefully it'll be as quick as it just was explained. It's pretty easy to explain. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing for the sale of town-owned property at 2 Church Street, proposed amendments to the building code ordinance and proposed amendments to the building permit fee ordinance will be held on Tuesday, May 21st, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Voluntown Elementary School, 195 Main Street, Voluntown, Connecticut. A presentation by Beta regarding town road maintenance will be held following the public hearing. The electors and citizens qualified to vote in the annual budget meeting of the town of Voluntown are hereby warned that the annual town meeting will be held on Tuesday, May 21st, 2024 at the Voluntown Elementary School, 195 Main Street in Voluntown, Connecticut at 7 p.m. for the following purposes. 1, to appropriate the funds necessary for the Board of Selectmen's budget for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025 in the amount of $2,640,706. To appropriate the funds necessary for the Board of Education budget for the fiscal year 2024-2025 in the amount of $7,301,475. And to appropriate the funds necessary for the capital projects budget for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025 in the amount of $410,000 from the unassigned fund. To consider and act on the following resolution. Be it resolved, the town of Voluntown shall approve the sale of 2 Church Street for the sale price of $40,000 to David and Maureen Blanchette. Be it resolved that the town of Voluntown does hereby adopt the proposed amendments to the building code ordinance. And be it resolved that the town of Voluntown does hereby adopt the proposed amendments to the building permit fee ordinance. Copies of the resolutions listed above are available at the office of the town clerk and on the town of Voluntown website, www.voluntown.gov. So I just need a motion and a second to approve the call.
So moved. Second, approve the call.
So the motion's been made and seconded to approve the call of the meeting with the public hearings as well. Is there any discussion?
None.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, hearing none, they're approved. Tax refunds. So 2 tax refunds as presented by the tax collector. one Toyota lease trust in the amount of $401.97. Another one, Lisa McGee, $22.82.
Make a motion to approve the tax refunds as recommended by the tax collector. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the tax refunds, as recommended by the tax collector. Any discussion?
None.
Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. This is good. All right. Anything else?
I was fucking around after our last meeting.
Yeah.
Regarding committees.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was wondering, is there anywhere in our town charter?
Hold on, did we
We don't
just
have
adjourn,
charter.
did we just adjourn? No, we're still in session. Okay, sorry.
Is
We
there any
don't have
charter?
charter.
Okay, is there anything within?
We go by state statute.
Okay, because
Right, if a town specifically does not have a charter, then it defaults to state statutes.
okay, well, I'm gonna bring in some additional information. That's something we want to talk about because apparently there are only certain boards that are required to have an articulated number of people on them. They make allowances for small communities to adjust the size of the boards. Because then, people in Republican Town Committee and skip the New Democratic Town Committee. It's tough to fill a lot of these seats. And I was wondering if we might want to look a little bit further into that to see if we can perhaps economize on.
I can ask the town attorney again, or I can see if I can find the email from the last time I asked him. Because we did do this before, and I think that's why it was 5. But I can double check on that.
And I'll bring the information that I pulled up.
Yeah.
As well too.
Yeah.
Worth looking into.
Okay. Yeah.
That was it. Just the one question that's on my mind. I can sleep more something. Sure,
Anything
that
else?
makes everybody's night.
No,
Okay.
Move to adjourn.
You good?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna stop that right now. I get to do that in the morning.
What was the ambulance about yesterday?
I don't know.
Heard a whole bunch of sirens and on and on.